Alright guys, we're going to review our Testable Two questions, starting with the first day of our new set of questions, and we have the green question. An ecosystem contains ferns, rabbits, and many trees. Which best describes this ecosystem? It would be best defined as a forest ecosystem because a forest ecosystem is one that has ferns in the base of it, a lot of trees. You might even find some rabbits, but a desert is certainly not going to have those things like trees and ferns. Aquatic and lake ecosystems, those are water-based ecosystems. Aquatic is the name for any for any water ecosystem, and a lake is an example of a water-based ecosystem. So D for that one is the best answer of forest. For number 2, you have this picture of this little ridge that goes throughout the ocean floor. It spans the whole ocean floor like a baseball lace around a baseball goes around the whole ocean floor, and it is made up of mountains. And you see right here this little chamber where it's oozing lava and magma that's adding on to either side. It's called the mid-oceanic ridge. Seamounts are just one mountain. The continental shelf and slope are both on their way down to the ocean floor. You got the slope right there, and you have your shelf right here where we kind of play, in that area where we play. So the mid-oceanic ridge is the best answer for that one. Miss Murphy's conducting an experiment. She wants to check on the animal's growth. That's her dependent variable. And she has 3 buckets filled with the same amount of chicken feed. She adds calcium to one, magnesium to another, and leaves the third one alone. What scientific term is used to describe the minerals in each of these buckets? That would be the variable in this experiment, the thing that I'm changing. The independent variable is the thing that is changed in the experiment. Plants can survive in a clear closed container without animals. Animals cannot survive in a closed container without plants. And the reason is that plants produce oxygen that animals need, and so they have to have some sort of plant vegetation life around to give them that oxygen to breathe. Number 5, what tool is used to measure the volume of a liquid? That would be your graduated cylinder. It's the one that, has all the measurements on the side, and we fill it up with liquids. It's also the thing we use to find the volume of an irregular solid. We drop in like a rock, and however much the water is displaced, that area right there would show us the volume of an irregular solid. If the food supply in a field is if the mouse's food supply, or the mice in an area, if their food supply is decreased, then the population of mice will also decrease as well. If they don't have as much food, they can't live. And the next one is about a about a solution, a special type of mixture, a solution. The best example of a solution here is lemonade. This oxygen is a raw element, so it's not right. Water is a compound. We talked about that with that little guy, that English fella who told us about when things come together and combine so completely that they're hard to break apart. That's what water is. It's oxygen and hydrogen combined so completely together that they're hard to separate. This would be maybe an example of a mixture, but even so, not a good one. Number 8, observe cells of an onion ring. You would best do this with a microscope, like the cells we looked at in class. You would use a microscope to look at that. And the best description of a cell is the smallest unit of living life. This describes microorganisms that are unicellular, so that only is one area of cells. This is the best description of overall all types of cells. They're the smallest unit of living life. And the more mass an object has, the less effect a force will have on it. Think about pushing a bowling ball. My circles aren't coming out like I want them to. A bowling ball versus a ping pong ball. If you apply the same amount of force, this one's going to move much farther than this one with the same amount of force. So the less effect a force will have on that object. Happy studying!